Okay, we're gonna do an opening in a box that's in 2-point perspective. So we're gonna make an opening that looks like a window and something that has like a window with a ledge. Okay, here's how I like to do it. Again, there are multiple ways that probably other people approach this, but here's how I do it. All right, let's see if I can see. Okay, we're on the paper, ready to go. So let's say I want to place a window here, and I'm going to make it like a big picture window so we can see into it. So the first thing I do is I probably am going to start with lines that are on this parallel, right? So what I do is I line up my ruler with the vanishing point first, like this. And somewhere in here is going to be a top and bottom of my window. So I'm going to probably go, I'm going to make it as big as possible, I think. So I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to just lightly draw a line parallel there. And I'm going to come down, and I think I'm going to stop it. Where do I want to stop? I can go all the way down to here. I think I'll bring it up a little. Right? So let me put it, make sure it's on my dot. You gotta always remember it's lined up as best as you can. And then I'm just drawing this whole line. I mean, you could draw it all the way to the back of it, but you know, to the vanishing point. But I'm just having guidelines. So somewhere here and here will be my window this way. The next thing is just to come in and see where you're gonna make this little window live, right? So you got to keep lines that are like this. Let's see what feels kind of good. I want to be able to show off a lot, so I think I'll come in this far. I'm going to stop here and there, I think, as if I keep my lines really upright. So there and there. So I know that at least that starts that, and I'm going to go all the way down to here. I think I'll end it like right there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to darken these in so you can see where the opening of my window will be. There, and I'm going to darken this in. Hooray! All right, so that's kind of an opening, but it's a very flat house now. You need to make it have dimension. So you want to like say, hey, I'm going to come over for a housewarming and I'm going to bring you a potted plant, and that potted plant wants to sit on the ledge of your window. Okay, so there you go. Next thing then in that case is the first thing I do is I look at my window and I think I can see into it and I can see the side. I can't see up into it and I can't see around to the side. So this is visible and that's visible. So I'm gonna go to the L, to this little area right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the vanishing point over here, and I'm just going to decide how deep my ledge will be, like how wide of a ledge is this plant going to sit on. So I'm going to go over to the vanishing point. I'm going to probably use my ruler for this one. Okay, I'm going to go to the corner here and line it up with the dot over on the side. And I'm going to make it kind of chunky and big, like that's pretty chunky. You can make it really tiny, like very narrow. You can make it really chunky, but I like this. I think this kind of works nicely. So I have my box, I made my opening. I go to the corner right here. I make this little line that goes to the vanishing point. And then I know, let me actually, you know what? I'm gonna continue it just a little bit longer because I like where this is going. I think stop it right there, because according to my graph paper, there's a nice little line that happens to be coming down. So that's a good way to start. So I have my L, I come in this far. Again, you gotta use the vanishing points. You just can't make it up. It just doesn't, like, you just can't like think it's there. It needs to actually line up to the vanishing point on the other side. Again, whatever happens on this side has to go to the other side. If this was a window on this side, it would go to that vanishing point. So when you have little, like these little corners like this, you always wanna decide what side of the paper it's on. Again, if it's on the left, it swings to the right. If it's on the right side, go to the left. So this is going over to here onto the right. Now I'm going to just finish this off. First thing you can do is like I go to where I ended it, and I can probably, let's do this. I can finish this one. Whoop, like that. And then of course I can just go straight up like this. Except if I don't shimmy my ruler. So that gives me a nice little chunk, which is perfect. So then I come in, I take out little intersecting lines that I don't need to see. There we are, don't need those. But what you do need, this is the best part. Like, I love this because this is like looking in somebody's house. You know, it's this weird like, ooh, what's going on inside there? What can I see? So I clean up all around the edges, get rid of any of these lines. So now you have this really nice little window. And what you do see is like I come back with a pencil and just darken this, because it's already here. I'm just going to darken it down so it comes back. So I can see the floor, the wall. I can even see a little bit back here. So this shows me that there's a wall back here. There's a floor. So this whole thing is now like looking into there. It's really fun to see that. If I was doing it on this side, because you can have an opening here, you can do an opening there. Let's decide. I'm going to go to my parallel. Dry throat. Oh. All right, same thing as last time. Go to the L. Excuse me. I'm talking all day. Dry throat. There. And of course, using the there you go. Erase out what you don't need. Keep what you do. Ta-da! Opening. That easy. Just keep practicing. You'll eventually get it. Perfect.